course, when I came round, I said, me, Oluremi, Oluwole, 24 hours to live, a raw, God forbid it. They said I had 24 hours to live. I will now tell you how it is that I turned 24 hours into 657 hours and still counting. Now, the doctors had a good reason to say that I only had 24 hours to live. I was not responding to treatment at all. So they told my husband to go home and prepare the children for the worst. But they had reached the end of their tether. And my God, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nissi, Jehovah Sidkenu, he came round and he said, okay, I'll take over from here.
Amen.
And he brought me back to life on the brink of death. So I can say what that our Lord said of Lazarus in John 4, verse 11, that this sickness is not unto death, but to the glory of God.
Amen.
Now let me tell you what actually happened. On the 1st of April, 2015, I woke up feeling out of sorts that morning. And I said to my husband, I think we need to go to the local surgery. That I think something is about to happen. I didn't know what it was, neither did he. So we set out, and my husband, being a very careful driver, said he would drive. But me, being an Omweko, having driven in Lagos for many years, I insisted on driving myself because I felt I would be faster. Whatever it was that was about to happen, I needed to get to hospital very quickly. So he agreed, he sat next to me, and I drove my car to the surgery. When we got to the surgery, I approached the reception and I said, I would like to see any doctor. And she said, how long have you been coming to this surgery? I said, well, 25 years. She said, so you ought to know that you cannot just walk in here and say you want to see a doctor, you need an appointment. So I said, well, how long do I need? And she said, 3 days. And I spoke in the American parlance. I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I ain't got 3 days. And she said, well, you'll have to go to the accident and emergency department of the hospital then, because no doctor is free to see you now. I said, thank you. I got back into the car. My husband said, let me drive. I said, no, I will drive. And I went quite fast. When we reached the local hospital, St. George's Hospital, as soon as I entered the parking lot, I threw the keys at my husband. I said, please park. And I rushed into the accident and emergency department. When I got in there, I was number 4 in the triage queue. And you have to queue up before you can get into the A&E, because the nurse who sees you is the one who will determine whether or not your case was serious enough to be an emergency for you to be able to see a doctor. So I stayed in the queue. After a few minutes, I began to sway from left to right. And then suddenly, I keeled over. My husband hadn't come in yet, he was still looking for a place to park the car. And I collapsed onto the floor. So immediately, 2 nurses came round with a wheelchair, and they helped me, carried me and put me on the wheelchair and moved me forward. And as soon as they moved me, I felt better sitting down because I'd been standing. I said, I'm okay, let me go back to the queue. But they won't have it. So I jumped the queue. They took me straight into a cubicle where there was another nurse, a male nurse, waiting. to take my blood. They took a sample of my blood and they went and tested it. And the results came within a few minutes. The results showed that my CRP, what they call inflammatory factors, showed that there was an infection somewhere in my body. They didn't know where or what it was. So from that accident emergency department, they admitted me straight away, and I was taken upstairs into a ward. When I got into the ward, in fact, deep down, I was feeling quite relieved and happy. I had a feeling that whatever was wrong with me will be sorted in this hospital today, and I will be back home, not knowing that I'll be there for 9 months. So anyway, I then got out my phone. I called 2 friends of mine. I said, I'm in hospital, I don't know what's wrong. And they said they'd come and see me. And they came promptly. When they came, we had an